What are some of the consequences of not thinking systemically?
Well, sort of naive approaches will ultimately fail. And so the consequences are not just you didn't get where you were going, but you lost the opportunity to get where you're going. And in many cases, then you end up with a jaded constituency. So teachers, and justifiably, when the new school year starts and the superintendent walks in and says, this year we're going to do cooperative learning, or this year we're going to do whatever, they say, oh, this is the flavor of the day, and just relax, this too will pass. And they understand that all these effects don't have an impact. So in the end, you're left with a constituency that doesn't believe that significant change can happen. A friend of mine, Jeff Davis, used to do a presentation that he called Teaching the Elephants to Dance. And the example he used was as education was like the elephant at the circus. If you've seen an elephant at a circus, they're often tied up. The leg, a great big massive leg, has a rope around it, a little rope or a string around it, tied to like a nail that's pushed into the ground. Now that elephant is so much stronger than the way it's tied up, but it just knows it's tied up. So it started originally, there was a big chain into a real stake in the ground, and the elephant couldn't go anywhere. But over the years, they just started, the elephant knew when it was tied up, and so they could use a flimsier and flimsier constraint, and the elephant would just know, I'm not going anywhere, I'm tied up. And so they stopped trying, they stopped pulling against the rope. And so I think the real risk of not moving systemically when you're trying to cause a complex change is that people fail, and they try again and they fail, and they try again and they fail. And each time they stop trying a little more, and pretty soon it is what it is, and it's going to stay what it is. And we can't afford that because we're so far from where we need to be that we can't afford to allow people to think this is the best we can do, or this is inevitable.